watching Golf News. Kicking back tonight, England have opened up their World Cup campaign with a superb win against Iran. I mean, there's no other words for it. They've won 6-2 tonight. It was expected to be a tight contest against, we all know how the Iranians play. They're quite defensive. They like to get 10 men behind the ball. It was supposed to be a tough match, but in the end, England have outclassed their opponents in the Group B clash in their opener. Nick, what have you made of that?
Wow, what a statement to all the other teams in the World Cup. Beyond my expectations. I'm buzzing. It was a great performance. Southgate must be chuffed. We got a 3-0 lead at halftime, so he was able to, use a lot of subs. I think the injury to the goalie might have, upset Iran a little, but I've never seen a match with 15 minutes injury time, first half, 10 minutes, second half, but we blew them away. Absolutely, front to back. Great to see us on the attack, and let's, keep it going. Bit of a worry about Maguire. Was that concussion? So he might miss Friday's match, 6 days. But apart from that, what a performance.
Speaking of Maguire, Nick, I mean, when I saw that team sheet and I saw his name, and I got to be honest with you, I was thinking, oh dear, it's a mistake. Southgate's done it again. He puts all his trust in the players that he obviously likes. But Maguire has hardly played much in the Premier League for Man United this season, but he was given a starting role. Shamsir, how well do you think Maguire and overall England did today?
Yeah, Maguire, when he puts on this shirt, the 3-line shirt, he usually performs. And this game, it was too easy for the defenders, to be honest, because England had 79% of possession, hardly had anything to do, defensively, because the ball was with them all the time. And you're expecting your defenders to be calm on the ball because you have the possession all the time. So you can't really say that Maguire is back, but he had a good game. You have to give him credit. But the players that we have to talk about are the young bloods over there, and especially Saka. The player was absolutely brilliant, and the way that he scored a goal. And you remember the last tournament that England were in, this guy missed a crucial penalty, and he had gone on with the racist comments and all these things, and that's a perfect answer. Brilliant display. And Jude Bellingham, man, that guy. Dortmund will be asking 200 million for that guy because he's a special talent, England's golden boy. And see, what Southgate has done is that, playing the players in their usual position. You just play them in their natural position, and that's it. You can get the results. If you're playing a 3 at the back, being overcautious, that's not the way. England should be playing from the front foot, from the front. That's the thing. Yeah, that was the difference that I saw in this game, but it was too easy. Bigger tests are coming up.
I'm not exaggerating there, Shamsir, but you mentioned Jude Bellingham. I think, England have had that problem before. We couldn't play Lampard and Gerrard together for some reason. Two of the best players in the world, they just couldn't do it together. But I think Bellingham is the perfect mix of Lampard and Gerrard and a bit of Paul Scholes in there as well. He had such a good game, and I really do think that the way he's playing, you're right, for Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga, and the way he started tonight for England, I think he could be the main man for them. All the talk's been about Harry Kane. Funny enough, look, Sham, England have scored 6 goals today. Harry Kane didn't even get a look in. Sum up that performance from England for us.
I mean, it was a very, very dominant performance. I mean, I certainly expected a maximum of something like a 2-0 win for England because, like you said, Iran always plays a very defensive game. They lie back and absorb the pressure and counterattack. This is their game, and to see their defense collapse like that I was unbelievable. And part of that credit should go to the way England functioned. And I know Shamsir talked about how Saka's performance. I mean, I was blown away by that, especially his second goal. What a gem of a goal! I thought. I mean, that is a goal of the highest caliber, seriously. And not just that, other impressive things for me was the return to form of Raheem Sterling, really. That goal, the first time flick, wow, that is Raheem Sterling at his best, really. So he's been taking a lot of flack for not scoring of late, and I think that's a perfect answer from him. Not just that, I also love the role Harry Kane is playing. He's no longer the predator. He's no longer the striker who plays up front, getting those goals. But he's setting up goals beautifully, especially those assists, stunning. Especially the one he set up, Sterling was perfect. Beautifully curled around the defense, lovely touch from Sterling to beat it first time. So I think England hit all the boxes well tonight. But again, it's too early to take too much away from this game because, I mean, Iran was really bad. Actually, they came back into the match only quite late in the game. In fact, they came to the last third of the England box only pretty late in the match. Till then, they were really bad. By then, the match was pretty much in England's bag. So, like Shamsir says, tougher tests up to come, but this is certainly a good launch pad for England. They will take a lot of heart from this victory.
They certainly will take a lot of heart, Nick, from this victory. I was remembering the last World Cup, 2018, we scored 6 against Panama then as well. And, getting those goals just helps the confidence in the team. It builds the momentum. We've got 6 today in our very first game in a really dominating performance. Yeah, Iran weren't too bad, but to be honest, I mean, they had 10 men behind the ball for most of that game. And for us to break them down at will, especially down the flanks, Luke Shaw and Trippier, our fullbacks were bombing on. They had such a good game. They were playing, they were splitting them up wide, playing with lots of width. And then the 3 guys in the middle there, Declan Rice, Mason Mount, who had a really good game, and especially Bellingham. But Nick, I mean, this is just the sort of result that England needed, Southgate wanted, just to get the momentum. We've got our next game, but you've mentioned Harry Maguire, who had a really good game at centre-back. He's going to be missing because the rule is, if it's a concussion, he has to sit out the next game. So how do you think we're going to get on in our next one against the US?
Yeah, I thought Dye came in and steadied the ship. Maguire had, a header against the bar. So I think we have positive momentum, not just from the 11 players that kicked off. Was it 4 or 5 subs we brought on? They seemed to seamlessly hit the ground running. So I have no worries about US. The confidence was up, the teamwork. We're traditionally slow starters, but I thought it was a special performance. Let's not burn out too quickly. Let's keep it going, and really looking forward to Friday.
And in fact, getting that 3-0 advantage at halftime allowed Southgate to make, some early second half changes, which he maybe wouldn't have done had the game been in the balance. Had it been 0-0 or 1-0, he probably would have stuck with his first 11 until the 90th minute. But by having that 3-goal advantage, he's allowed to get a few minutes into the legs of, for example, Rashford. He was on the pitch for, I think, 49 seconds, and he got off the mark as well. So, overall, a very, very good performance from England. That's just the start that they wanted. They go into Friday's game against the US full of confidence. The other game played tonight was a very cagey affair. It was Senegal against the Netherlands. It was 0-0 for most of the way until the last 10 minutes, where there was an error, I believe, by Senegal goalkeeper Mendy. It came up, went for a ball, missed it completely, and Netherlands broke the deadlock. Shamsir, was that a mistake from the Chelsea man?
It was clearly a mistake. It was 2 mistakes for Mendy. Senegal had actually played so well. So if I was thinking, if Sadio Mane would have been there, it would have been a big difference. He would have been made, because Senegal were actually, stopping Netherlands from, having a shot on target until the 80th minute. That goal Gakpo scored was their first shot on target. So Senegal were playing really well, and Gakpo, that goal, the pass from Frankie de Jong, the magician, he's a brilliant footballer. That was a brilliant one, but still, Mendy should have done better. So he has, for that goal and the second one also, he should have parried away, man. That was far from the player. Klaassen, he hardly scores goals, and he scored for Dutch in that game. And to be honest, this group, it's very interesting group. And Senegal will be thinking, with the performance that they put up in this game, they'll be thinking, okay, they can get 6 points from the next remaining games. But if they would have drawn this game, the confidence would have been so high for them. But yeah, the performance-wise, Senegal played well, but Netherlands got all 3 points.
I was pleased with the Netherlands' second goal because purely from a selfish point of view, it was Davy Klaassen, like you just mentioned, former Everton player. We bought him from Ajax for 30 million. And unfortunately, he just never settled. The game was just way too quick for him in the Premier League. He was playing under Ronald Koeman in that season, and he just never made it. But he's reinvented himself. He's back in the national fold, and he's got a goal. Sharm, I know that you were looking forward to this game. Wait, did you enjoy that? It was it was like a game of chess almost, a very cagey affair up until the last 10 minutes, where unfortunately a mistake has caused, well, two mistakes, as Shamsir pointed out, and the game has been lost, and Senegal now find themselves, playing catch up.
Actually, it was a game full of errors for me. I mean, two error-prone games actually. I mean, if you look at the misses that's made in the first half, especially Frankie de Jong, he actually delayed his shot, and what before he was tackled, and that is the kind of mistake you wouldn't expect from a player of his class, really. So it was pretty much error prone until the last dying seconds or the last 10 minutes of the game. But like Shamsir said, I think Senegal really missed Sadio Mane.
Yeah, he's going to be a.
If Sadio Mane was there, I think maybe we could even had a different result. And that would have really opened up the group, really. But what I love the game was both of them play an open game, and I love open game because it becomes a free flowing game, and now it's no better sight than seeing the ball shift from one goal mouth to the another. I mean, I love that, seriously. So which is what we saw today, but most of for the bulk of the match, there were not many shots at the goal. In fact, Senegal had more shots at the goal than the Dutch, and the Dutch were not on target until the goal came around. But all in all, an enjoyable game.
Yep, was an enjoyable one, and well done to the Netherlands. We've got 4 games tomorrow. Let's have a quick chat about each of them quickly. We've got Argentina against Saudi Arabia. I think we're all excited to see Argentina play. They're on the back of this amazing 36-game unbeaten run. They're playing some fantastic football. We all know their star men, but they've got other great players in that team. Angel Di Maria, for instance, is looking really good and sharp again. Shamsir, how do you see it going tomorrow? Argentina against Saudi Arabia. It should be a straightforward win for Argentina, shouldn't it?
That's what you think, but Saudi Arabia has been preparing for this match for two months, I think, because they stopped their league way earlier than any other countries, and they were preparing for this game. So they'll be all pumped to play, Argentina. A lot of supporters will be there crossing the border, coming to support the team. But like what you said, Argentina are in really good form, and they haven't been beaten. They haven't been beaten since 2019, because the last time they were beaten by Brazil in a Copa America semi-final. After that, they haven't lost a single game, and all their players. The difference in this Argentina team that I can see is that there aren't a lot of superstars. Yes, they have few, across the pitch, but the unity, and all of them are ready to go for the war. And they all know that their idol, Mr. Messi, is going to be playing his last World Cup. And he's there ready for the last dance. And all these guys, they want to win it for him. So everybody is pumped. And the system that Scaloni is playing, it is getting the best out of Messi. And they have the big game player in Angel Di Maria, which people don't really talk about. He's very underrated. He scores in the finals. There are talks about, if Angel Di Maria would have been playing in the 2014 final, Argentina would have won that game, because he was not there in that game because of injury. So he's such a big game player. And like what I said, the unity is a strength of Argentina's side, which you never really associate with them. So that's a difference I can see. And they should win, but Saudi Arabia won't be a walk in the park for them.
Nick, how do you see it going? Argentina and Saudi Arabia. Messi obviously looking to leave on a real high. He's 35 now. I mean, he's already said that this is going to be his last World Cup, but you never know. If you look at Zlatan Ibrahimovic, he's 41 and he was still playing for Sweden. They didn't make the World Cup, but 4 years from now, and with the way he's playing now, especially, like we said before, he's not doing those meandering runs anymore. He's not really beating 4 or 5 players. He's more stationary. He's on the edge of the box. He's waiting for the ball to come. And especially with those dead ball situations, I mean, he'll never grow old to be able to produce the goods from those. Do you think, he's already said it is his last World Cup, but would you like to see him again in America 4 years from now?
Yeah, I'm a romantic, so we all like our superstars to be showcased on the biggest stage. Interesting, it's the early match. It's 2 p.m. here. It'll be interesting to see if, it's the first early match. Will heat be an impact? And Messi being, slightly older, it's the first time we've got an early match in our schedule. And but I'm a Messi fan, so it's Argentina all the way for me.
That's a very good point, in fact, Nick. Sean, what do you think? I mean, he's right. The games we've had so far, we had an 8 o'clock kickoff yesterday. We've had a 5 o'clock kickoff today, another 8 o'clock kickoff. We're going to have an 11 o'clock game. But tomorrow, they are going to be playing at 2 o'clock. Okay, we know the stadiums have got the fantastic air conditioning inside them, but it will be a bright, sunny day. And 35-year-old Messi, is he going to wilt under the sun?
I don't think so, because I think you yourself wrote about him after watching him in the friendly against the UAE. He's no longer the guy who's sprinting down to the box. He's just playing a more withdrawn role and more like a more of a creative role. So I don't think he'll go on wilt, but he'll play the full 90 minutes unless Argentina runs up a huge lead early on. Like they will do something like exactly like what England did today, giving more players time on the pitch. But otherwise, I think Messi will play full 90 minutes because he needs that time to get going into a match, because you're going to a tournament really. So you have to be at your peak fitness. So I don't think anybody would build in that kind of speed.
Maybe he'll come out with an umbrella. We'll have to see tomorrow. The other big game is France against Australia. Now, we know France have got a lot of problems all of a sudden. The injuries have struck at the worst possible time. Before the tournament started, we knew that they were going to be without Kante, without Pogba, without Fofana at the back. And now, obviously, they've lost their star man, Karim Benzema. Shamsir, I mean, yeah, they've got a lot of injuries. They've got a lot of players to come in for their place. But, I mean, people like Oliver Giroud, who probably will start tomorrow, he's a very good replacement, isn't he? I mean, how do you think they're going to get against the Aussies tomorrow?
He's not even a replacement. He can be the number one, because in 2018, when France won the World Cup, he didn't score a single goal, but he was pivotal for that team, because his link-up play, his hold-up play, all these things were very important for France. But the France squad has changed. The way they play has changed. So it was more like Karim Benzema and Griezmann and Mbappe. They were playing together for the last couple of years. So Giroud was not getting involved that much, but yes, he is an apt replacement, and he can lead that line because his intricate passing and all these things can work. And it's Socceroos, man. And yes, they're gonna put up a fight, but still, I think France will have lots of players, especially the pacey players, Coman's, Dembele's, Mbappe's, all these guys, and Chouameni's, Camavingas in the midfield. I think it'll be too much for them. Yes, there are talks about the hoodoo of the champions getting out from the group stage, but this particular game, I think it will be France winning comfortably. I can see
France winning comfortably, right? We'll see how all four teams get on, rather all four matches, how the teams get on tomorrow. That's all from tonight. Head to golfnews.com for all the latest news and all the reviews and videos, and of course check us out on our social media channels. Thanks guys, and see you later.